For Ahmed, a 70-year-old from Damascus, Syria's civil war is far from over. Mental and physical scars endure. His family was besieged for nearly 5 years in Kabul, on the outskirts of the capital. But what hurts most is the murder of his 2 sons.
We were standing to get bread, and they bombed the bread line. I was injured in my arm, but my 2 sons were killed. One was 15 and the other was 13.
Ahmed says the regime controlled Kabul cemetery, so he couldn't bury his sons there. He wrapped his sons' bodies in bed sheets and had to bury them in a makeshift graveyard. He says during the war, that became a daily occurrence. Ahmed's wife now works as a cook for hire. She says she works all day to distract herself so she can avoid thinking of her children's deaths. But when she's alone at night, she looks at their pictures and cries herself to sleep.
They were very good children, very well raised. I raised them myself. It was my effort.
With more than 500,000 people killed and tens of thousands still missing, the Syrian nation has been profoundly fractured. 65% of its roads and buildings have been destroyed, and more than half of its population has been displaced either internally or internationally. Some reports suggest rebuilding Syria could cost as much as $500 billion, but healing the trauma caused by the civil war will likely take years, if not decades. Muhammad was under siege for more than a year in Meleha in the Damascus countryside. He faced a massacre as 2 regime airstrikes in Meleha killed more than 160 people. He was then only 15 years old.
As soon as I would start falling asleep, I would hear the sound of a fighter jet. I would run to the kitchen, unaware of what is happening. I get under the sink because we used to hide in the kitchen under siege when the regime was bombing us.
Muhammad escaped the siege a year later, and while passing regime control areas in Damascus, he saw a group of young people laughing. He says he couldn't comprehend the stark difference between that and his own reality only a few blocks away. It's a sentiment many Syrians have experienced through the years. Resul Serdar, Al Jazeera, Damascus.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.